Our lovely friends at Porsche have given us a brand new Taycan.
Actually, it's pronounced Porsche.
Anyway, come with us as we take the Taycan test. Hello, it's Stephen and Philip from KuKu, and we are taking the Taycan test. That's right, we're putting the brand new Porsche Taycan through its paces in the stunning English countryside.
Now, the Taycan is the only all-electric Porsche sports car. And of course, with its timeless, instantly recognisable design, it offers perfect blend of performance for everyday usability, but also perfect for private use, and if you're a budding entrepreneur, perfect for business.
It's totally eco-friendly, and we're on full charge, which is telling us we've got 215 miles of fun before we have to recharge the battery. And when the 800 volt battery does need recharging, we can charge it from as low as 5% all the way up to 80% in 22.5 minutes. And that can be done at one of the ultra rapid charging points that you can find all around the UK. It's very easy. We've never done a electric car charging before. Very straightforward. And while it's charging, you've only got 22 minutes, so you've only got time to nip in and get a cup of tea and nip back out.
Just be sure though to make sure you actually don't turn off someone else's charging point like somebody did. Now you might be thinking, well, all electric, how do I charge it? I don't have a charging point at home. But let me tell you, you can also speak to your energy provider and they'll negotiate an EV friendly tariff, which essentially means you can charge it overnight at home when of course electricity is cheaper, and I think that's a really great thing. Now the lovely Porsche we are driving is a brand new 23 plate fully electric Taycan GTS Sport Turismo.
It's Mamba Green metallic with carbon matte interior package, and look how sexy this car looks. Look at the way it shines in the sunshine. It's a real head turner, it's a real showstopper, but there are so many other colours available as well. For your Porsche, just head over to the showroom and you'll be able to see them all. They look fantastic. I don't know how to choose.
Porsche. So this Porsche has a GY multifunction steering wheel and sporty seating position. And that of course comes with heated seats, both front and back. And actually makes it a really exciting drive. And particularly I love the panoramic roof, particularly when you're driving around somewhere lovely like we are in the country. Also makes it much brighter in the car.
Now this car is fast, and for those speed queens out there, it goes from 0 to 62 miles per hour in 3.7 seconds. And let me tell you, the thrust that you feel when you hit that accelerator is like nothing you've ever felt before. Philip loves it, I love it. It's a comfortable drive. You can still barely hear it.
Not even a purr. But it's a little bit like a roller coaster, so if you like that sort of thing, this is the perfect Porsche for you.
Thrust. Now, if you're a more sedate driver, you can roll along in near total silence, taking in the views, and it makes virtually no noise when you're driving it. It's absolutely incredible.
It's also, I think, it's very smooth. It's sort of like you're gliding along on a magic carpet.
Thrust.
Porsche.
Thrust.
Porsche.
Thrust. Thrust.
Porsche.
And you know what I also like as well? The easy dial, which allows you to change the driving performance mode to suit your driving.
Absolutely. You've been in those cars where there are so many gadgets and buttons and performance applications that you can do, but often actually you just don't end up using them because you don't know what they are, where to do it, or you remember how to do it. The dial is really easy. So I've used the eco range setting because it's just a brilliant and intelligent car, but it raises the car up and down depending on the style of your driving.
And I like as well that it goes up and down because it helps certain granddads get out of the car that aren't as flexible as others. Now, there's so many features inside, including an 8.4-inch central control panel. It's all totally touchscreen, and it's really easy to navigate with direct controls to the climate functions and shortcuts as well, because we all love a shortcut.
One of the great little Porsche features is what's called the heads-up display, which literally projects onto the windscreen as you drive, so you can keep an eye on your speed and what you're up to. I thought that was very nifty, very back to the future-ish.
Now, when we go out shopping and Philip's driving, he's the most awful parker. If you are a bit of a rubbish parker, there's also a park assist feature, which I think is amazing. It has a surround view, so you can not only see through the rear cameras and the forward cameras, there's also a bird's eye camera as well, which I find really helpful. And I don't even know how they do it, but you can literally see your car from above as you park, which means that anybody can park anywhere.
Of course, style is all important with these lovely Porsches, and you've got privacy glass too on the passenger rear of the car, so you can move around incognito, or rather your passengers can, and no one can see inside.
Now, another thing about Philip is when you go away with him, he takes a lot of luggage, and when we picked up the Taycan, I was a little bit slightly panicky thinking, I looked at it and I thought, well, where's all this luggage going to go? But this storage space is immense. There's plenty of room in the back, and because it's fully electric, there's even a little bonus space in the front for those last minute pieces of luggage.
Which is really very interesting because, of course, in the bonnet, you're used to seeing the motor, and of course this is all electric, so it's not there. You might even put a dog or a noisy child in there. Plenty of room. Now, we mentioned earlier there are some great business benefits to the Porsche Taycan 2.
2% benefit in kind tax until 2025, and it's rising by only 1% each year until 2028.
VAT write-down and capital gains tax allowances as well.
Salary sacrifice financing options.
And of course, really important is zero emissions, because of course you're running a fully electric car and you can reduce your carbon footprint and contribute to a safer, cleaner future. It's brilliant for any business person or if you have a number of cars in your fleet.
And with zero emissions, of course, comes zero road tax and zero congestion charges because of the zero CO2 emissions. So if you're driving through a city, don't worry about those congestion charges. So what did you think of the Taycan test?
Well, I loved this car. One of the things I really loved is when you look at the car onwards in front of you, you look and you see the shape and you think, well, that's a wonderful classic Porsche style. But then as you then go to the rear of the vehicle, you know, it's set up for real use, whether or not you're in the countryside like we were, whether or not you're going away on business, also whether or not you've got passengers, maybe family. So actually it is a real all-rounder beaut.
As an electric car virgin, I was a little bit unsure, would I be convinced, but it was absolutely a gorgeous drive. As we said, really peaceful, really easy to drive. Here, let me go.
I'm remembering a 40.
I know, well, I didn't go up to over 40. And the charging is an absolute breeze. That was one thing that I was slightly worried about, thinking, well, what will I do for 3 hours in the service station while it's charging? But no, 22 minutes.
And it's also a pleasure to drive, and as I mentioned earlier, often you can get into a brand new car and it has so many different features, buttons, settings, you never end up using them or really know what they're doing.
Oh, another thing I liked as well was the sat nav and the map. As you're driving, you can expand the map as well. The control panel is huge. It stretches all the way the width of the car.
The one thing I really love about this is you have the elegance and beauty of Porsche, but you've also got something that stands out a little bit different. And as many entrepreneurs and fellow business people know, eco is really important. There's so much push towards sustainability, reducing carbon. This wonderful Porsche Taycan allows you to do that and really contribute to the environment, contribute to what your business is doing, you know, in the carbon world. Be eco, and of course is a great car, and you don't have to go and fill up with petrol.
And in business as well, why just go and get the same car that every other business person is driving? Why don't you get something that stands you out and complements you and your brand and says to your clients, this is the kind of person I am. Porsche as a brand has a fantastic image, and it's the kind of image that you want within your business. So we've had a great time, so why don't you go and take the Porsche Taycan test?
Porsche.